The president comments about corruption with the leader of the Ukraine by his side. The impeachment inquiry process gathers momentum in Washington. And local football star Cody Kessler joins another NFL team. This is 17 News at Noon. Good afternoon, I'm Alex Fisher. You were just listening to an NBC News special report. It wrapped up about 10 minutes ago. President Trump just wrapped up a bilateral news conference with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. This morning, the Trump administration publicly released a description of the call between both presidents. President Trump asked President Zelensky to look into why Ukraine's top prosecutor apparently ended an investigation of the business dealings of Joe Biden's son. Ukraine's president denies being pressured by the president, as Mr. Trump began with plenty of positive remarks about Zelensky's reputation.
I will say he's got a great reputation. He's very, very strongly looking into all sorts of corruption and some of the problems they've had over the years. I think it's one of the primary reasons he got elected. His reputation absolutely sterling, and it's an honor to be with you.
The White House noted that the summary of the call was not a verbatim transcript and that it represented a record of, quote, the notes and recollections of Situation Room duty officers and National Security Council policy staff who listened to official conversations. President Trump is expected to speak again at the top of the hour at 1 o'clock, and we'll carry that NBC News special report for you, of course, when it happens. And this all comes as Democrats announce they're launching a formal impeachment inquiry. This is only the fourth time in U.S. history a president has faced official allegations of treason, high crimes, and misdemeanors. Jay Gray has a look at what got us to this point.
The president must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
Accountability, the Speaker and House Democrats now believe, can only come through impeachment. It's just the fourth time a president has faced the process. Here's how it will unfold. 6 House committees will investigate President Trump on a wide range of possibly impeachable offenses, including a whistleblower's claim Mr. Trump tried to convince the president of the Ukraine to investigate political rival Joe Biden and his son's ties to a Ukrainian gas company. The White House releasing a memorandum, not a verbatim transcript, of their phone call this morning. The president asking for a favor and suggesting that the Ukrainian leader discuss details with the attorney general and the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani.
There was no pressure.
The president has blasted the inquiry on social media, calling it witch hunt garbage and presidential harassment.
It's the single greatest witch hunt in American history, probably in history, but in American history, it's a disgraceful thing.
The disgrace, according to the chair of the House Intelligence Committee, is how the conversation played out between the leaders.
What those notes reflect is a classic mafia-like shakedown of a foreign leader.
The congressman saying he's surprised the White House released a summary of the call.
The notes of the call reflect a conversation far more damning than I or many others had imagined.
The Department of Justice says the discussion did not violate any campaign finance laws. Now lawmakers must decide if it reaches the threshold for impeachment. Jay Gray, NBC News, New York.
Sports news now. The New England Patriots announced they have signed quarterback Cody Kessler. Kessler was a backup quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 26-year-old was then signed by the Philadelphia Eagles and appeared in 5 games. Kessler was initially drafted by the Cleveland Browns in 2016 and stayed there through the 2017 season. The Bakersfield native is a Centennial High School graduate and attended college at USC. Terms of Kessler's contract with the Patriots have not been announced. E-cigarette manufacturer Juul CEO is stepping down. Now, former CEO Kevin Burns says working at the company has been an honor. The embattled company says it will also suspend all print, digital, and media advertising. The new incoming CEO, Casey Crossweight, has more than 20 years of global management and regulatory experience. He says he believes in a future where adult smokers choose an alternative product over cigarettes. But recent deaths and hundreds of lung injuries connected to vaping and e-cigarettes, along with allegations that Juul and companies like them target children with colorful flavors that have done significant damage to the company. Crossway says now the company needs to focus on working with regulators and policymakers and earning the trust of the public. This all comes as Kern County has its first hospitalization linked to vaping. Public Health will not release any information about the patient. Here in California, there are 90 cases linked to vaping, as a string of illnesses has killed 2 people in Los Angeles and Tulare counties. There are 7 other deaths nationwide linked to vaping. Health officials say it is critical for people to learn about the known health risks from vaping.
We definitely want both people and parents to be aware of the risks associated with vaping and are urging everybody that does vape to immediately stop vaping.
Across the nation, more than 500 people have been hospitalized with a severe lung illness. The FDA and the CDC are looking into whether black market THC could be responsible. Health officials say anyone who has vaped in the last 3 months and is having respiratory issues, whether it's a cough or trouble breathing, you should see a doctor as soon as possible. More and more lawmakers are getting involved to try and stop the vaping epidemic. Today, the House Committee on Energy and Commerce is holding a hearing on vaping. The acting commissioner of the FDA is among those scheduled to testify. Yesterday, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors unanimously voted in favor of banning flavored e-cigs and tobacco products in the county. This all comes on the same day state health officials put out a plea to consumers to stop vaping until health officials can figure out why people are getting sick. All right, let's take a look at your forecast now for this Wednesday. And as you can see, the traffic at Roselle and Mohawk is starting to pick up as people head out for lunch.
Yeah, hopefully they're getting something good under the clear conditions. And we talked temperatures, and today going to be a warmer day. Yesterday, our high was 91 degrees, short of the record of 103 set back in 1919. And currently, we sit at 92 degrees in Bakersfield, a west-northwest wind at 7 miles per hour. We're on our way at near the triple digits, and you can see here this afternoon, upper 90s. And I have 100 degrees out there for Bakersfield. We'll see if we reach it, and then back into the 80s throughout the evening. We're at 86 in Tehachapi, an east-southeast wind at 13, so a nice little breeze for you. And as we take a look at the temperatures throughout the afternoon, we are expecting 80s and possibly even hitting 90 degrees before slipping back into the 60s by tonight. We'll talk much more about this warm-up and when the cool-down will arrive in just a few minutes.
All right, Kev, thanks so much. An early morning crash on northbound Highway 99 goes to show you just how important wearing a seatbelt is. It happened just after 2 a.m. near Plans Road. CHP says a semi that was not carrying any weight didn't notice traffic slowing ahead. The driver slammed into that white sedan, then went on to hit 3 other cars. A baby was pinned in its car seat in the back of one of the cars, but the CHP says the child was strapped in properly and is therefore okay. Paramedics did take one person to the hospital for minor injuries. The CHP officer told our photographer on scene and said he believed everyone was wearing their seatbelt. Officers don't believe alcohol or drugs were factors in the crash. It was a wild scene in Oildale. That's where witnesses say a driver intentionally ran down 2 people after someone was stabbed. It happened just before 6 o'clock last night near McRae Park. The sheriff's office says deputies were called to the park for a report of a disturbance. That's where they say an 18-year-old man was stabbed in the leg. Deputies say the suspect then got into a car driven by a woman. She plowed into the stabbing victim and another 18-year-old woman at the scene. Neighbors say they watched in disbelief.
There was a boy and a girl in the yard, and of course, like the neighbor that lives there was out, and I don't know what happened. It just drove forward, hit the stop sign that was posted up in the yard, and it looked like it might have got stuck a little bit, backed up, and just went for it. And I just seen the 2 kids under the car.
Deputies found the car on McRae Street, but both people inside got away. Paramedics took the victim to the hospital with non-life-threatening wounds. Homelessness is an issue we continue to closely follow here at KGET, and today we'll find out if the Bakersfield City Council will approve more funding for the Kern County Homeless Collaborative. Yesterday, county supervisors approved a memorandum of understanding, that's also known as an MOU, with the city of Bakersfield. In that MOU, the county agrees to pay $155,000 every year until 2024 to help fund the collaborative. The Homeless Collaborative is primarily a volunteer organization loosely made up of local agencies, but if the funding gets approved, The collaborative would get an executive director and 3 full-time staff members. The county says this is another way in working to combat homelessness.
We all recognize that this is top of mind for everyone. You drive around anywhere in the county and you're going to see the issue rising. And so this is one of the many steps that we're taking to ensure that we're actually changing the face of homelessness and the issue that our city and county are facing.
The City Council is set to vote on the MOU later today. And if approved, the city, too, will help fund the collaborative with an additional $155,000 a year through 2024. Still ahead on 17 News at noon, if you've ever wondered if iPhones are really waterproof, we're back with one story that puts that claim to the test. Welcome back. If you've ever wondered if those waterproof cell phone holders really work, the answer seems to be a resounding yes. A diver discovered a phone that has been at the bottom of a river for more than a year, and it powered on right away. But that's not how he figured out who it belongs to. Erica Lunsford has this story.
My gear.
Michael Bennett likes to search for sunken treasure.
Just that quick. I bought it.
He's used to finding lost golf balls and shark teeth for his YouTube channel, Nugget Noggin. But one of his latest discoveries, a gem in the Edisto River.
I came across something that looked kind of like a rope, maybe attached to car keys. And when I pulled it up, I seen a phone inside of a waterproof case. And I'm like, no way, this is unbelievable.
That phone belonged to Erica Bennett.
On June 19th, 2018, last year, we went on a river float with the family.
While getting out of her float, Erica's iPhone went into the river, and so did text messages from her late father. She thought they were lost forever.
We charged the phone, and when it turned on, it had a passcode, so you couldn't get inside.
That's when Michael got a little savvy.
I put the SIM card inside of a different phone. I was able to get the contact information of the owner.
The phone's screen is kind of dark, but those lost messages brightened her day.
It was kind of emotional because, the last thing I have from him is, hey, I'm playing phone tag with you, so I figured I'd just text you, how are you feeling? And I think he had called me after that. I'm pretty sure it was Father's Day.
You really don't realize how much you put on your phone until you do lose it. And how crazy is it that phone was in the water for a year?
Yeah, in that protective case.
Yeah.
But still able to recover all that important, valuable information. We were showing you outside, and it is clear no changes on that front. The only change we're going to be seeing today is the warmer temperature. So if you're going to be heading outside, get ready for it. We're already at 92 degrees in Bakersfield, 90 in Delano and Owasco, and then 79 in Frazier Park, 86 in Tehachapi, Lake Isabel at 85, and 96 up in Ridgecrest. Satellite and radar showing you the clear skies. Still tracking some moisture off to the south and to the east as we have an area of low pressure there. High pressure to the west of us, and that's helping the warmth. 95 in Arvin right now under sunny skies. Golden Hills, you're at 86. Beautiful conditions up that way. And you can see regional temperatures right now. The Bay Area at 88, so warm there. 87 in Fresno, and then 70s and 80 south. LA at 82, 85 in Vegas, and 83 out of Phoenix. Here's a look at daytime highs, though. 100 in Sacramento. We're going to be right near 100 in Fresno, and then 70s and 80s south of us. LA today, warm 85 degrees. And the beaches also looking very nice. Pismo, 70 degrees this afternoon with Morro Bay at 73 and a southwest wind 5 to 10. What's causing this? Well, two things. We have an area of low pressure over the Baja Peninsula. You can see the rotation there. That's grabbing a little bit of moisture. Could make its way near Los Angeles later today into tomorrow. Then we have the ridge of high pressure out to the west, and this is creating somewhat of an offshore flow. When we see that, we see the temperatures warm, and that's why we're warmer today. But that is all going to change. Take a look at our Futurecast model, and you can see an area of low pressure, a trough develops out of the north by the end of the week and into next week, and that means another cool down will be on our way. Here's a look at the air quality today. Moderate with an AQI at 97, and today we'll put 100 degrees on the board for Bakersfield, Delano, Taft, 99 in Buttonwillow, 98 in Maricopa. For the mountains, 88 in Frazier Park, 90 in Tehachapi, and then mid-90s out of the Kern River Valley, 96 Lake Isabella, 95 in Kernville, and then for the desert today, we're looking at upper 90s in Ridgecrest with 94 in Mojave, and easterly wind 10 to 15. So tomorrow, 94, so we drop it significantly, and then by the end of the work week, into the weekend, we're in the 80s. 60s, 70s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So big time cool down on the way for us. Mountain forecast, about a 10-degree drop from today to tomorrow. 70s on Friday, and then 60s Saturday, Sunday, and on Monday, a high of 59. A little bit on the breezy side as well. And then for the Kern River Valley, we drop things 6 degrees tomorrow for you to 90, and then 85 on Friday, 77 on Saturday. Why don't we just keep going down? Upper 60s on Sunday, and then by Monday, 67. So a little warm today, but a pretty significant cool down on the way as we round out the work week, head into the weekend.
I'm just waiting for Maddie to walk into the newsroom one morning with a big heavy coat coming down from the mountains. So.
For sure.
All right, thanks, Kev.
Yep.
Well, it is a major power problem up north, and still ahead, plenty of people and businesses angry at power cuts by PG&E in the name of fire safety. We'll explain coming up in your Business Watch.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back, and taking a look at oil prices. West Texas Intermediate is at $56.59 a barrel, and Midway Sunset Oil is at $59.74 a barrel. Well, Thanksgiving and Christmas are still a few months away, but experts say today is the best time to book your holiday air travel. Mandy Gaither has a closer look at the key booking dates that can save you the most.
Last year, 54 million people traveled over the Thanksgiving holiday. 112 million went out of town for Christmas and New Year's. And AAA is expecting just as many, if not more, holiday travelers this year.
Start making those plans now. It's not too early.
AAA's Paula Twidiel says the best day for Thanksgiving travel is the Monday before the holiday, or, if you're flexible, on Thanksgiving Day. Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before Thanksgiving are the busiest. The best dates to get the best deals on air travel between September 25th and October 27th.
The average price is about $525 over Thanksgiving time. You certainly could probably get a better price closer in, but you run the risk of limited inventory, maybe not the flight times you want or the best seats.
Experts say book now for Christmas as well. The sweet spot for buying flight tickets, September 26th through October 25th, with prices lower on average between those dates than more advanced bookings.
21st to 23rd is always busy, the 22nd being the busiest day, and the priciest day actually is December 26th, believe it or not. December 24th being Christmas Eve, that's actually a good day to travel.
For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Pretty interesting advice right there. All right. Well, the planned power outages in Northern California may be coming to an end today, but just the possibility of PG&E shutting off the power is costing Bay Area businesses a lot of money, even though the lights are still on. Kate Larson reports.
Robert Morris is the co-owner and general manager of Grand Cru Custom Crush in Windsor, where cooling is key.
We're looking at millions of dollars worth of inventory that really cannot get warm.
He and the rest of the wine country are in the middle of harvest. They need PG&E and their power to keep the wine and grapes cool, so the threat of large-scale power shutoffs is no small inconvenience.
As a business owner, I really don't like being in this situation because it causes me a lot of anxiety.
It also costs him a lot of money.
This is what it boils down to, $42,000 of United Rentals generator, and we're ready for the power shutdown.
Money spent whether the power goes out or not. Morris is also a reserve firefighter in Healdsburg. He worked 96 hours straight fighting the 2017 wine country fires and says we need to prevent those type of fires at all costs.
As a firefighter, yeah, I don't want to see fires started from down power lines, so it's probably a good preventative measure. It's just a very unfortunate set of circumstances.
All right, we're back after this. All right, welcome back, and check this out. A drone drops a pot and a cell phone to inmates at a jail in Ohio, and it was all caught on camera. Surveillance video shows a group of male inmates playing cornhole before one looks up to the sky, and then a dark object can then be seen dropping to the ground, and the man goes to grab it before walking away to the back wall to join the others. Prosecutors are investigating the incident. They say the case is under review, although no criminal charges have been filed at this time. On day 3 of Prince Harry and his wife Meghan's tour of Africa, the royal couple finally gave fans what they've been waiting for, a peek at baby Archie. The 5-month-old joined his parents for his first official royal engagement to meet with Desmond Tutu and his daughter in South Africa today. NBC's Keir Simmons has more from Cape Town.
The Duke and Duchess with baby Archie in her arms, their first official appearance as a family here in South Africa. And an historic moment. Meghan, who said this week, "I'm here as a woman of colour," introducing their son to one of the leaders of South Africa's anti-apartheid struggle. Harry and Meghan laughing with Archbishop Desmond Tutu and his daughter. Tutu heard joking he likes the ladies. Harry saying he's already used to the cameras. Meghan adding he's an old soul.
An old soul.
Archbishop Tutu had a warm bond with Harry's mom, Princess Diana. That connection coming full circle with Diana's grandson Archie, introduced to the Archbishop for the first time. Harry and Meghan's warmth with the people here, unmistakable, with their message of equality, tackling mental health and women's empowerment. And so is the couple's close connection, holding hands, Harry even fixing Meghan's hair. Their love for children and young people shining through. Here, Harry helping with a young woman's shoe.
Cinderella moment.
And wherever they go, directing their positive message to a new generation. Another fun talking point as Harry brings Archie to meet the Archbishop. He says, "Arch, meet Arch. Arch, meet Arch." It was fun. Keir Simmons, NBC News, Cape Town.
All right, well, there's a lot of fun things to do at the Kern County Fair. And when we come back, a look at tonight's concert, plus a way you can get into the fair for a bit cheaper.
Welcome back. If you haven't made your way out to the Kern County Fair, there are some deals you can take advantage of. Today is Wild Wednesday. You can get a voucher for a $6 ticket at any Les Schwab tire shop in Bakersfield. We've posted a list of locations on our website, KGET.com.
And if it's entertainment you want, country music singer Scotty McCreery will be at the fair tonight. You may remember McCreery got his big break on American Idol. He won season 10 in May 2011. McCreery will perform at 8 o'clock at the Budweiser Pavilion. And the concert is free, of course, with your fair admission.
An action-packed Wednesday at the Kern County Fair.
Be a little warm out there, so make sure you hydrate.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us for 17 News at noon. We'll see you back out here for 17 News at 5.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app. In the spirit of the Golden Empire, 17 News.